So let's try this one more time. This is, it is going. Okay, good. I could tell. I could see it now. So we got our audio fixed from what I can tell. So welcome to the first, what would you call this, Mike? Would this be like a test episode? What is this?
It's going to be an experience.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it's going to be.
Yeah, they're going to experience this. This, I guess what you call it is an orgasm in their ears.
Yeah.
And it's going to
fill it all the way up your ear
It's going to fill them up so good that they're just going to want to keep listening. So this show is called Weekly BM.
Yeah.
Which stands for Weekly with Brandon and Mike. And what I am, or who I am, is Brandon.
Who are we? What are we anyways, man?
Yeah.
We're just fucking
carbon-based
monkeys,
life forms.
fucking flying through space.
Dude, you take our DNA allegedly helixed, and it's just all ones and zeros, bro. It's all ones and zeros. So I am one of the hosts, Brandon, and I am joined by my great pal.
ATG, see you later.
Gattaca. Joined by my pal, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
And so we have another podcast called Specrapular. Not trying to suck our own dick here, but that's a movie. I mean, I'll do it if I could. If I could take out a couple of ribs like Marilyn Manson allegedly did, I probably still wouldn't be able to reach it. It's so this is a show that
You would have wasted a ton of money.
This is a show we're going to talk about things that are going on in the world with entertainment, sports, news, politics, like anything that really just kind of piques our interest that we want to talk about, right? And we'll have a few subjects that we'll do. So, Mike, do you know what the subjects are that we're going to discuss? Do you need me to show you, or do you want me to just say what they are?
I mean, you can. You know what? It's like no. I mean, we had a couple like news stories that we wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to. Everything's just up in the air right now. We have no idea
100%.
what this is going to be. So
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of just lean towards the news. But seeing all the stories that we brought up kind of made me sad because they all felt a little similar. Not similar. I'm getting kind of a theme of
Despair.
rich assholes not getting their way, and I don't know. Not destroying the earth. Well, for some of them, that might be their ultimate goal. But
Right.
like just being like petulant little children because they're not getting their way. And
You're using your vocabulary already with petulant, and that's very impressive.
Okay, that's not what I was going for. But you know what I'm saying? Like
I wasn't impressed. I was just saying like
Okay,
yeah.
Like when we talk about the stories that we're talking about, like it involves a lot of times just one rich person, like, and stuff just not going their way, and them just making a stink about it. Whether that's just, going nuts on social media or trying to destroy a country.
Right. And with what Mike is referencing, so here's the subjects that we have, and we'll hopefully try to get through them in under 45 minutes. And what we're going to discuss is Elon Musk and Twitter, everybody's favorite direction with Kanye West, which that direction is going far, far down. Brittney
I
Griner.
say it's going further to the right. If you ask me.
It's a diagonal right. It's like going down still, but it's a diagonal right. FIFA or the World Cup, whichever how you want to say it, and Qatar, the Ukraine war, and then lastly, how COVID cases are rising again. Now, there's not necessarily a particular order that we'll say, but that's just how I have it written down here. So,
Like I said, I mean, at some point we would like to incorporate maybe some sports talk.
I mean, you
Some
want to talk
general
about some fucking NBA.
I know.
And so
We're
you
gonna
could
get
talk
in
about
the
MLB.
weeds.
Yeah, you could talk about MLB a lot more than I can. You watch some basketball, and so we have that. But I can really talk about. And I mean, we can both. You could probably still talk more about football. I know a lot about it, but like when it comes to players and stuff, I'm
not that great either, but
sure. I'm really good with lacrosse.
yeah.
And field hockey. Like I know this. So there's this guy. His name is Mike Barebones McGee.
Hell yeah.
And he is the fucking rawest of the raw. I don't know what the fuck is. So, but yeah, I'm sure we will. Again, this is just like a.
No, I mean the only like sport I think I could talk with like some authority is MMA.
Mixed martial. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was gonna say too. But with your MMA experience, do you know a lot UFC? Do you know a lot of the other variants of
The organizations like Bellator and One.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Is Bellator
PFL.
still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so, but we wouldn't get that deep into it here.
No.
I don't imagine.
Yeah. We're what you could say is premature with what we are doing right now.
Yeah. We're skimming the surface. A teensy little, they always say like
we're the crust.
Yeah,
we're the mantle.
Not even that. We're like the well, actually, yeah, but it's one of those things where everyone's like, if the Earth was the size of a basketball, the crust, the crust would be, just a teensy little sliver.
We're gonna be the dermis of the what did he say in Simpsons? The epidermis is your hair. Fucking Nelson Muntz. So we've wasted 5 minutes. So let me just start with this, Mike. It's great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
You look.
It's been a couple
fabulous.
weeks actually.
Yeah, and it's been a good couple weeks because we're taking our break from Specrapular right now. We haven't decided what we're going to do for the next season yet. Which truly, if we go the route of Arnold movies, I'm fucking ready. But that's also so. Fun fact, everybody. Mike and I were talking about our demographics for Specrapular. Okay, so when it comes to male, female, and there is non-binary in that too, but it's less than 1%. But 74% of women listen to our show, and then what is it? I can't do math. And then 20 is like 25%.
Oh, that would be 26%. Yeah.
Well, no, because I guess less than 1%.
Oh yeah, 25. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's like 24.9, whatever, is male. I don't understand those statistics because, as you said before, Mike, we talk about dicks more than we talk about fucking vaginas and stuff. So I don't know. And why did I say dicks, but then say a correct term of vagina when I could have said cock anyway, or Johnson, or anything Austin Powers does in their ending bits. Anyway, but that, and then our average demo age.
Women don't have to just listen to women's stories. Like
I know, I get that.
Anything.
They need to stay in the kitchen. That's a fucking
you
joke.
Talk about aprons or vacuums.
Which kind of fabrics?
Dyson versus.
Is there anything else besides Dyson? I mean, Dyson's the way to go. They have no blades in their fans, bruh. Please, everybody understand that was a fucking joke I said a moment ago.
Since we're on the subject, how are those things $800? Like,
so,
what the fuck?
Don't get me wrong. I've looked at those vacuums to even consider purchasing.
Not the vacuums, like the fans.
No, I understand.
The heaters or whatever.
Everything they make. Super pricey.
Oh my God.
But then you got to think about it like this. It's like you're buying the
brand,
the technology too.
Okay.
Because like, who else has no blade fans? Who else had those vacuums that were like a fucking tornado?
Does that dude have like that tight of a copyright on those designs? Like ironclad? Like
maybe.
Absolutely no one else can use this technology.
I mean, maybe they haven't what's it called?
Reverse engineered.
Thank you. Yeah. Like their fans yet? Maybe they're impenetrable. Like you can't puncture them without. It's like a vacuum inside, or it catches fire and everything burns up. But no, you're right. I mean, I've seen. To be fair, I have seen other fanless fans.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, not bladeless fans. But I would. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's not a Dyson. Like, you know what I mean? And then I think, oh, it's not a Dyson. I wouldn't get it. It's like a Chinese brand or something like that. But truly, I'm sure it's gonna be just as fucking good. But to get back to your point, I do not understand why they're so expensive. You're probably absolutely right that it's just the name, but that's what you get with a lot of stuff, right? Like BMW. Well, the stuff you get in a BMW, yes, it's ultimate driving machine. And I've driven a BMW. They're great. But I have a Hyundai.
This is from like 1981.
First and foremost, motherfucker, that was a 1989 E30 manual coupe.
Ever heard of it?
Pearl white, uncracked dash. The odometer still worked. Everything still worked. So suck my motherfucking dick.
Barely any fires.
No, I should have not sold that car.
All 4 tires.
Truly, I miss that car. Like, I fucking...
What do they go for now when you see it and you start
So
crying?
when I see it and I get upset, one that's in good condition. I would only buy manual. I'm not gonna buy
wait. What did you sell it for?
Sold mine for $7,000.
A pack of cigarettes and
pack of cigs,
2 skateboard decks, and 1 truck, not the other, just one.
And it was a used truck. No, it was 2 trucks. One's independent, one's a venture. So one was a low and the other one was high.
3 wheels, but then 1 rollerblade wheel, like the skinny one. Like, how does this go?
Yeah, no bearings though. So $7,000. I regret it every day. Anytime I think about it, I regret it.
So what do you see I'm going for? A good one?
At least 15.
Fuck you.
And that's like for manual, and that's for like decent shape. I've seen some for less, but they're automatic, and I'm not so fucking chump.
No.
Or I've seen some that are like project cars.
No, you're here to not James Bond, Jason Bourne that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and drive upstairs. Yeah. In my fucking Mini and all that shit. I was rewatching a little bit of Ultimatum the other day, and you know that bathroom scene that's very well documented when he's jumping through the windows and shit and he's fighting the guy?
Yeah.
The punch sound effects are so fucking corny in that movie. I'm like, this is like 2010. And it was so like just
is it really?
sounds super corny.
They didn't do the pow, zip, bang.
No, they didn't.
Batman
They
stuff?
didn't.
All right.
Batman that. Yeah, they didn't.
So they
atomize that
didn't
shit.
go for it, is what you're saying.
Right.
All
But I still greatly like those movies. But then it still makes me think like, I fucking hate American action movies because there's so many cuts. Like, give me an old Jackie Chan, an old Bruce Lee, even some Chuck Norris movies. Like, they don't cut away as much, and there's wides. That's what I want to fucking see.
You know what? I need to rewatch The Raid and The Raid 2. Someone was just talking about that today.
Violent oneers and stuff.
Super duper violent.
Even some Ong Bak is
saying,
pretty
like,
violent.
just like these, it's Indonesian, correct?
I
believe
why
so.
are you asking me?
I mean, because I have eyes and I'm looking at you.
There you go. And you're hard.
But someone, and there was I probably just had to look it up, look at the director or the star. But apparently there's a new one or a different one on Netflix. But
It's called Raid.
Raid. There's
That
some
was
roaches
stupid.
on the cover.
Yeah, that was very bad.
But it's like, it's something like scary sounding. I can't remember, but it's supposed to be good too, or super violent too. So I'm looking forward to watching that.
I dig it. So just to ask you again, you're doing good.
I'm okay.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Exterior, it looks okay. You could work on that.
Yeah.
But other than that,
And no, I'm dead inside.
Yeah.
We've established that.
Of course.
Over many episodes.
very
It's spectacular.
self-deprecating.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got that new job last year at work, and this time of year, Christmas time, is normally
Let's
just
call it the holidays, Mike. Let's not offend anybody.
this Kwanzaa season. Normally it's like crazy OT, like just out till like 8 or 9 o'clock every night, and it's good money but fucking brutal. So this new position, it's less of that, just more 9 to 5.
Yeah, you're off. Yeah. 9 to 5. Who was that? Was that Dolly?
Dolly.
Man, she's fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Anyhow, did you know that her hair is not actually like blonde like that too?
What?
Yeah.
I read that when she goes out, like not in Dolly mode, like people don't recognize her.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anyhow, so I'm glad that you're thriving.
How you doing?
Exterior,
Yeah.
but interior, it's black and moldy, like you should. I'm doing all right. I am still waiting to hear back, obviously, from that writing fellowship, but I'm not going to find that out until fucking February anyway. And then I think I told you I had posted that script on Reddit and got tore up a little bit. In a good way.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's constructive.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's constructive.
That was your first draft, correct?
Well, that was probably like the 5th revision of it.
Okay.
But then some people...
Now, in that case, you should be worried.
Yeah. But the people...
Don't quit your day
They
job,
made
so
valid points. They truly did. But one of them that's still kind of like, what? Is that they said it wasn't funny. I'm like, well, I mean, again, comedy is something that is very particular to a person, right? Like, I don't get the huge appeal of The Office. I know it's funny, but I can't... Big Bang Theory. Like, I can't watch that. But, like, that's one of the most popular... Friends, even. I was not a huge fan of it. But, like, Seinfeld... I love Seinfeld, though. But, like, those other two shows, I can't. But yet, they're well documented as being one of the best comedies you'll ever see. So, to me, I didn't take that to heart. But it does still sting a little bit. Because I think I'm funny. But, I mean, that's what my mom tells me, at least. So, that's... I got that going. She says I'm good looking, too. So, I don't know if that is any constitutes for anything. So, but I'm doing well. And I'm thinking, I think Mike brought this up. I don't know why I'm going to segue into this right now. We haven't read anything like this yet. He wants to surprise himself and me, but we'll also, at the end of this, is going to be what? This day in history?
This day in history.
Okay. So like facts.
Who was born today.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Sure. And I think what we'll try to do is if we can squeeze it in, like any recommendations that we have, if we're watching anything, if we can, like movies or TV shows and stuff like that we're enjoying, as we watch it naked and alone and scared and crying. Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know how to watch anything any other way.
Right. Like dick in the hand and just resting there.
Right.
Like, we have to use both hands.
It's not weird.
You have to use both hands
Yeah.
to cover, to get the whole thing. But still, I have to do that.
Well, we call it building a bridge at work where you have to put your arm down on the table or something.
Yeah.
It's so heavy. You don't want that strain
because
on
you're
your
leaning
lower
over.
back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I get it. I feel that same way, but with my testicles.
Yeah.
They're just so engorged.
Yeah.
Like if you could think really, if everybody, if you could just close your eyes real quick and think of me standing there, legs spread, 2 softballs just dangling.
I don't know any other way to picture you.
Naked, legs spread.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You can't.
spread
Let's
eagle.
just establish. You cannot wear boxers.
Right.
Because
I can't even sit down.
Yeah.
I can't sit straight
It'd be
down.
one ball hanging out on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when sometimes it looks like I'm leaning back. It's because I'm sitting on the balls.
Fucking just dice hanging from the rearview mirror. Yeah.
Just as fluffy.
You need.
Yeah, I got it.
You need support.
So
A pouch.
yeah, we'll start with this.
Ball talk.
I'll talk about balls all day. You know, our first subject of the day is going to be. I think Mike was.
I was gonna do a drum roll.
And you realize we're not a visual medium, but we're going to talk about Elon Musk and Twitter.
Yeah.
16 minutes in. So we're starting with Elon Musk and Twitter. So Elon Musk took over Twitter a little over a month ago.
That's all it's been.
Yeah. A little over a month ago. Maybe a month and a half max.
All I'm fucking hearing about.
Right.
Like even just doing like a little bit of research, I'm already tired of his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I was already tired of his ass.
I don't know the appeal that people have in this guy. Like he's like a genius. He's this. Like truly to me, he's just a salesman. He's not the one behind all the science of all this stuff. He's not the one that.
I mean, he's still like technically like chief engineer of SpaceX, but I don't know
could say,
how involved he is in the actual designing of the rockets and all that.
As long as it doesn't like a cock like Bezos did, then you're good. But like
he doesn't have a degree in rocket science. Like
right.
I think he has a bachelor's in like.
I could be the CFO because I started the fucking company, and I can have my name on all these patents and shit. Like Holmes, well, she's going to jail. Like I don't want to go into that fool because really quick, let's talk about that fool. She was found guilty. Yeah, and she's gonna face up to what is it, like 14 years, something like that.
Some good amount.
But then the guy, her partner, and he has like double that.
The Indian dude.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the Hulu show?
No, I watched the documentary. I don't know if it was HBO or if there was another Hulu documentary.
There's a few that came out of her. You can watch it if you have a VPN. You don't, but if you had a VPN and you open up Disney, they have it on their Star app on Disney, and I'll use my VPN to do that shit. So that way you can watch with Hulu without the commercials if you don't have that plan.
I did see a commercial for which I guess we'll get into it later.
Oh, okay,
but there was a at-home COVID test that processed the COVID test. So, like, you do the swab normally and you go to a place and they process it.
Wait, no. You've never done the take-home ones?
Yeah, but it was a machine, so not the, like it, I think it was COVID. I think that's what it was for.
Okay.
But it was a little machine and like they plugged it in and it gave it like digital read out results.
That's weird.
So it just reminded me of her. Like, because hers was just blood
drop of blood.
Yeah, drop of blood. I was like, oh, that you should have went with that, lady. Like that would have worked. It seems to be good now.
Yeah.
Like you were just committing fraud the whole time.
Okay,
so.
fraud. I think it's pronounced fraud. Even so,
but it looked cool because it was like a lady. She's like, oh, Timmy, someone said they tested positive at school today. We better check you out. So he's like, okay, mommy. So he swabbed him and they. The little machine did its work and it was like.
It was just a toaster oven, and they
negative.
They're just fucking with the kid because he's dumb.
The kid's like, yeah, and it jumped, freeze frame.
Yeah.
COVID free.
The stamp.
Yeah.
COVID free. Yeah. Elizabeth Holmes though.
But it reminded me of that because it was literally a little. It's like exactly what she was trying to do, except with blood, like a little machine. Put your finger in there. Was it going to test diabetes or something like that? I don't know.
Her thing was allegedly a lot of things, not just diabetes. It was
it was like
It was a like say all tell all, like hey, that drop of blood. But then I know when obviously we're alive when all this stuff was coming out.
Could it cure cancer? Maybe it could. We'll just have to right. That's her low voice.
Yeah,
that's
I get
what
it.
I was doing.
Well, no, that's her fake voice. Is what it is. Like, hi, I'm Elizabeth, but you can also confuse me with Kat Von D, and you guys want some sick tats. But then I have heard her real voice, which is like just a normal sounding woman. Like she's just like, hi, I'm Elizabeth. But from my understanding, she had that deeper voice to be more not necessarily intimidating, but just to authoritative.
Yeah, I get it.
But like Kat Von D will give you some fucking sick tats, bro. But that fucking idiot, I don't want to talk about her either because she's an affiliation with Nazis and stuff like that. Like,
really?
Yeah, she's fell from grace, bro. Anyway, so
to the Elon thing.
Elon Musk.
So I
month and a half.
One of his biggest things that he was able to do, and this was in 2010.
He made a flamethrower, and everybody was fucking hyped.
Like he tapped into like the youth, even though he's like fucking 50. So maybe he was like.
He tapped into Grimes real good.
I mean, but it was like...
and that fucking kid... like, I don't know what the fuck that...
XXY.
Yeah, what the fuck...
Yeah. But like it feels like he was like 40 something years old.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, you know what I need to do? Like, I need to be down and hip with the youths.
I need to
So
use
he
emojis
learned,
when I tweet.
he learned like based and yeet and bay.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, like, everyone's like, oh man, he's a genius. He's starting all these companies.
Elon's the base god now.
Yeah, like that's what he tapped into. So
Yeah.
like it just created this like cult of
He
personality.
tap in.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
he
yeah,
would make that reference too. It's a fucking Too Short. And hey guys, I'm cool. I'm Elon Musk. I'm on Twitter and I tap in to this whole thing. Anyway.
I mean, but like to the point where like I just saw an episode of Big Bang Theory where he's on there. He's like, oh my god, Elon Musk. Like he's like this like rock star billionaire. You know, want to be Tony Stark.
He's cool.
Yeah, I mean, he was an Iron Man too, right?
Yeah. Oh, if he was,
Or part one. I don't know, whatever. It was.
Okay.
But he's in one of them.
Right. Oh, I think he was in the second one. They go to Morocco or something like that.
Yeah, they're
I think
at
he was
the
there.
race or something, right?
Yeah,
He's there.
yeah, he was. Yeah.
And then like he does the Spider-Man meme, like him and Tony Stark, like staring.
Did
at
he?
No.
Oh,
That's what he's going for.
That'd be
though,
good.
right?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like, oh, see, I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm young, and I'm a billionaire. Like it's super chill.
He's just trying to tap in with the youth. And when I say youth, because we're older.
Old as fuck, yeah.
I mean, yeah. But like you're right. He is older than us, much older. And he's just like you and I, immature still. And so he's trying to be cool and hip, like have this flamethrower. I want to keep my company. Like, yes, he's worth billions of dollars.
Like he's the richest motherfucker in the world. But it feels like that time may have passed, right? Now he's showing his true colors, which is just whatever
A fool.
capitalist,
Yeah.
you know.
He's a fool. I can come into this and do this. I'm going to make changes. And yeah, you made some changes, motherfucker, for the far worst.
But like he's still doing that same stuff, and it's gotten even more immature.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like how are you allowed to do? I mean, you're the boss. I guess you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. But like,
well, did you see
who
that
is listening to you and who is taking you serious?
He's auctioning off stuff from the Twitter headquarters and stuff, like things from the kitchen, like computers, like all this shit to try to make back this money that how much did he spend on this? Like $40 billion or something. Like the thing is, he's doing all this. His very first day going in there, he walks in with the kitchen sink. Like, oh, I'm funny. I fucking came in with the kitchen sink because I'm gonna fucking turn this place around. And like, he has, if anything, made a true laughing stock of what Twitter was, and he's also made it now accessible for racists and fuckfaces to now not be afraid as much to post
Was that supposed to rhyme? Because I loved it.
I mean,
Racist and fuck faces.
Yeah. I didn't intend for it to, but like, I get it.
I am here for it.
I'm a cunning linguist, bruh. So it's like I rip and I rhyme and I rhyme and I rip. So he's a fucking idiot. And that's just my opinion. Like, you know, if you want to pay for your check mark, that's fine. Instagram doesn't make you pay, but it's cool. If you want to make these changes for this stuff because you want to make back that money, that's fine. But like when you have big name celebrities, Elton John, you have actors. Elton John was the most recent one that I know of, leaving your platform because you have such hate speech coming through, such racist shit coming through, and there's not really anybody monitoring it, anybody like helping you out. Like, I wouldn't want to be there either. Now, granted, I do have Twitter for all of our things that we have, just so that way I can like market us and whatever. But like, for the most part, the only stuff that I really focus on is Instagram, which really that's Facebook, and that's just as bad. But still, Elon Musk doesn't own that. But I know, but like he truly is. If any, he just ruined that platform. Truly, I mean, you have advertisers even pulling out. You know, you have Apple, you have Coca-Cola, like just like fuck this. And
well, it's just they hide behind this like noble endeavor of like maintaining free speech,
right?
And it's just to let hate fester, which is, you know, it is whatever it is. But really, it's like used as like their way to like claim victimhood. Like that's all they fucking do.
Yeah.
Like for people who like claim to be, you're like, hey man, these are just words and this is our right. And if you can't take it, then that's your own problem. Like for people who say that constantly, like all they do is claim victimhood, like all fucking day. Like it's you shutting us down, you trying to cancel us. You know, we're not gonna like, oh my fuck. That's your entire day. Like, don't you run like 3 fucking companies? Like, like, did you buy this one just so you can sit on your chair and like tweet all day long? Like I said, I'm not on Twitter. But
You're not on fucking anything.
Yeah, but it seems like everything I see, like it's just fucking constantly just tweets of him just doing shit all day. I'm like, this is what you're doing, like fucking all day long, just tweeting bullshit.
Well,
like,
that's what
oh my
Twitter
God.
is. It's like professional athletes, entertainers, and stuff like that. They'll have like burner accounts so they can like suck their own dick or also talk shit without talking shit like from their own. Like Kevin Durant got caught years ago doing it and stuff. And I'm sure other athletes have and celebrities have over the years done that. And I'm sure I know, but still, like Twitter to me is.
But they're like, I don't know. But like all they do is like they're claiming free speech, but it's like you have like who the fuck knows how many like just fucking Russian bots on there like running amok too. But like you're not concerned about that. Like,
well, all those same bots are on Facebook and shit like that during the election times and all that shit. Because what was the one, Data Analytica or whatever, or something Analytica? That was from many years ago, the Facebook one.
Yeah, where they stole
the breach, or not breach, but I don't know if they stole. I thought it was sold to them. Yeah. So, like, that's the other thing. Data is so important nowadays. Like viruses and stuff. There's no more I'm sure they're out there, but like the more important thing is malware. So they get your credit card information, they get all that kind of shit. So like with your data being out there, with Twitter, with all these social media stuff like that, like they're set. They know your life better than you know your fucking life because you're just an algorithm, bro. But I've said bro like 5 times already. That's horrible. But it's true. And with Elon Musk taking this, it's just more data. Did you hear that fucking was it Google or somebody is they're offering people like $4 a month to like pay for your data to you like a certain way. I think it was Google. Which to me, that's just, I mean, you're already taking it. So why, I might as well just do it if you're going to pay. But I do turn off a lot of that stuff. Like, you don't know my YouTube. Like whenever I make a Google account or whatever, like I turn that shit off. No, I'm sure there's still ways to see that stuff, but still.
Well, the iPhone asks you every like 10 minutes, like, oh, can we track your data and stuff like that? He's like, oh, please don't. But
yeah,
who the fuck? Like,
how do you know they're not actually doing it? Yeah, it's science.
All right, if you want all those dick pics, like it's on you, I guess. I don't know how valuable they are.
They're horse dick pics, but still.
Pictures of Dick Cheney. That's
okay. Yeah,
actual.
That's what you're trying to do, but somehow horse cock keeps coming up, so it's weird.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I guess I do understand, but it's just. All right, if you're that concerned about free speech, like I get it, and I understand the step too far that has come of like all of this, like the canceling of like actual monsters versus like people who just said some like janky shit on Twitter however many years ago and people
like
digging it up out of their past, like
James Gunn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't give a fuck about that stuff like that. But the problem is like that right-leaning stuff is like so destructive. Like you're gonna lie, like you want to align yourself with that, like as opposed to like making awareness of like the issues that we're having with like the free speech. Like
wait, is it not free anymore?
Yeah.
Do I have to pay?
But like you can have concerns about that. But don't you want to distance yourself from like fucking like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren like those are the people you want to align yourself with just because they claim that they're like, oh my God.
Even saying her name kind of it literally makes my butthole pucker up a little bit because she's such a fucking fool too. And speaking of fools, our next fucking subject, as you talk about free speech, as you talk about other shit, Kanye West.
Yeah,
because that fuckface.
That too. Like he's, oh my God.
Like it's so, what is it, a week ago or whatever it is? Like, and I hate to use this person's
name. So we
go
from one billionaire who's acting like a child
to now a millionaire. He's a millionaire. Yeah, he's
another
fuck.
Used to be billionaire.
Yeah, he used to be. So Kanye West, everybody, used to be billionaire. And maybe he was always like this. I don't know, but saying very anti-Semitic things. And
I mean, he's always been a douche.
Oh, of course.
Like
he got shot. Was it 8 times or something like that? Well, he was shot something. Because I'm not thinking of 50 Cent, but like,
I'm like, wait, what?
No, Kanye, I swear it was a shot. He got caught in a car accident. Something happened to him, and I'm almost certain. Now I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God,
shot with a gun?
Yeah,
I don't believe. No.
Okay. Maybe I
like to get like addicted to drugs. Are you talking about?
No. Like I thought it.
I read like
a long time ago he got shot. And I don't
think that's correct.
Maybe I'm just mistaken with somebody. But the thing is,
see, this is the misinformation that we're trying to keep from getting out there.
Let me tweet it real quick, and I'm gonna get someone to respond.
Tweet it and see what they say.
So he said some very hurtful, very hateful things about Jewish people, and he is going hard on that. And it's weird to even say this next sentence, but even when he was on everybody's favorite InfoWars, very popular with QAnons, Alex Jones, who's apparently bankrupt because he doesn't want to pay the Sandy Hook families, Kanye was on his show wearing a face mask. You couldn't see his fucking face, and he was saying that like Hitler is great, like Hitler, good guy, like all this kind of shit. And you have someone that's a fucking nut job like Alex Jones even saying like, oh, I don't agree with that, Kanye. You're like, I don't.
You may got a little for there, buddy.
Yeah, but yet you have someone like him that's the rational conversation in that whole conversation of at least saying, hey, I don't agree with that. Like Nazis are not cool. But Kanye's like, nope, they're fucking great, and Hitler's great. Like, how do you fall so far from grace? He wasn't. I wouldn't say grace, but just like, you know,
it was grace.
Mary, you have a successful line with Adidas with the Yeezys. You have.
He was the first non-athlete with like the Nike deal, shoe deal.
Yeah, and thriving. Like I don't think there's a day in my life that went by that I didn't see his sandals, that I didn't see the Yeezy, the very first ones, or the fake Chinese version of them. Like every day I always see somebody with a pair of Yeezys. And
but like like you cannot deny like
I can't deny
his influence like on I don't know the past music for the past 15 years or whatever. Like
was it what was his first one?
College
Dropout. And then it was Graduation.
Yeah. Oh no, I think late registration was first.
Either way, his first few albums,
late registration, Graduation, College Dropout.
First few were fucking phenomenal.
808 and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Why do you know this so well?
Yeah, I don't know.
You need to stop. So first couple albums were fucking phenomenal. Like I was with it. He's collaborating with everybody, but then slowly but surely, I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, it is ultimately sad, right?
Uh-huh.
Like he had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder,
something like that. Yeah,
like he needs to be taken care of, right?
He does. I don't know. I don't want to say there's issues like that. Like, I mean, bipolar. It's a mental. What's
condition?
Yeah, because I was trying to think of like the correct way of saying something like that. So it's clearly something along those lines. And to me, I would think you would be medicated with stuff like that, or at least be in an environment where you're not going to be. I hate to use this word, but triggered or something. But like, really, he has a spotlight on him all the time. You have people taking pictures of him. I'm sure that's not good for mental health because you're always stressed and shit like that. But like, you know, you're married to Kim Kardashian. You have all this shit going for you. You have these kids with her. And Kim, for all intents and purposes, seems like a cool person, truly. Like
trying to get all those people out of prison.
Right.
Justly.
She's becoming a lawyer. Like she's doing like even that whole family. I don't like a single one of them.
Oh no.
Like I'm sure if I met them, like, oh cool. But like for the most part, I can see that they're good parents, or from what I see of them, like taking care of their kids or whatever.
Like I don't know, but who knows? Like,
right. That's what
everything you see on them is from a newspaper or
and it's
from
all
the
fake.
TV show. Like that's all fake. But
everything about them is fake.
They're families and they're all together, so I guess it's fine. Like I'm cool with that.
But like they all seem,
I understand what you're saying though.
They all seem supportive, and they like I cannot fathom what these kids are going through, knowing their dad's a fucking fuck. And
but like that's the sad part. It's it is seemed like it backfired a little bit, at least on Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's having whatever this issue that he is having, right?
Okay.
And like these parasite like right leaning pieces of shit like that Alex Jones or that Milo guy or
Milo. I know who you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Oh, why are you dropping shit?
Oh,
there you go.
It's happening.
Mike dropped his notepad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That Fuentes guy, like legit Nazi people, like, and they're just using him to get their clicks or their views or whatever on being on like.
Did you see the overpass stuff of like Kanye's right and all this? Like it's just.
But like, they normally like to use it like with like just like the racist like kind of dog whistle-y stuff where they're not actually saying it, but they're kind of just saying it, and that's how that stuff like spreads and builds.
Yeah.
But Kanye's gone like, fuck all that shit. I love Hitler. He say like explicitly. They was like, whoa, bro, like take it back a little bit. So I like how it's backfired on him a little bit, but it's still, he's still getting the views. And like, I don't know how many times I've seen that clip of him saying that stuff. So like it achieved its goal. it's just gone a little overboard. So I guess some of them
He's
are trying
even
to backpedal
trying to
a little
run for
bit.
president.
Yeah.
Like, and he's hung out with Trump a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, Trump told me not to run." Like, the guy is a fool, and I hate to say it because like he has a family, he has. I would hope that he has people around him that are trying to help. Like,
No,
hey, Kanye.
obviously
like,
not.
I understand, but I'm saying like maybe I'm hoping Kim's like, dude, you got to fucking do something. But yeah, he won't do it. Like, I know nothing about these people. So I
But
only
like
what I
that
see.
much fame and that much power, like completely
Gone.
insulates you from
sorry.
any type of control or anything like that. Like he is the master of his entire universe.
Yeah.
Right. The same way Elon is.
Did you see that Bill Burr clip?
No.
Where it was a
I
bit from
think
a few
so.
years ago
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, you know, I'm the best there ever is. My only regret is I can never watch myself. And then he's like, close your eyes and think about that. And then, you know, if he was a white guy, he'd sound like this, like he's a Nazi. And then lo and behold, you know, he fucking loves Nazis. So you're right though. Like it's just,
But like, he just seems like he's just so susceptible to that, like any form of like 3-minute YouTube video where it's like, well, are the Jews that good? Like any little thing, he'll buy into it like 100%, and like he's off to the races.
He even says like, "Oh, I love Jewish people," but yet, like he's like, "I have Jewish friends. I have this," but you're spewing all this shit about Nazis and Hitler. How do you do that?
Denying
And
the Holocaust, yeah.
right, and like he has more followers than there are Jewish people in the world, and that's fucking nuts. That you have more followers on your Twitter. Oh, you did on your Twitter than exists of. Oh my god, that exists more than a people, and I mean that's just fucking nuts.
It's just like this scapegoatness. Like they're always just an easy target. Like, can't we fucking finally move past that bullshit?
Yeah,
But
and
no, it's not. They'll always be there to. There'll always be someone to blame, and that they're just always the first people to point at. Like it's embarrassing. And embarrassing for the earth because everyone fucking does it. But
and speaking about passing, Brittney Griner. That's a good segue. It would have been better if I said it a little sooner. Brittney Griner was recently released from Russian jail for the trade of, what was it? The guy, I don't remember his name, but he was...
the Merchant of Death.
Yeah. And the movie based on him was it Lord of War?
Lord of War.
Yeah. Which, great movie.
That's a good movie.
It's really fucking
that
good.
beginning scene, like, follows the bullet from manufacture all the way to where, like, that's a good scene.
Yeah. And I was glad because in the movie, Jared Leto dies. And I cannot stand Jared Leto.
I don't even remember him in the movie.
Yeah, he was like the brother or something like
okay.
that. I mean, that is an old movie. I mean, that's early 2000s. But so,
okay,
you think 90s?
No, I thought it was mid-ish 2000s, but okay, that's fine.
Well, I mean, let's say 2004.
Okay,
2005. Okay, whatever. So Brittney Griner was just recently released from her. I think she had like a 8-year term in the fucking manual labor camps. And any photo I saw of her, like when she was in court or on her way to court, I was like, that shit's fucking rough. Like, and she got caught with like oils, something along those lines. Like,
cannabis oils.
Some, you know, as we talk about it, I'm gonna actually look that up because, like, to me, I don't understand why that's even. I understand it's Russia, but like, why could something like that be so illegal and to give such a harsh, like, jail sentence, prison sentence, or something like that is just fucking nuts. But do you think that trade, this guy is an arms dealer, she is a professional WNBA player, like, do you think that's a fair trade knowing that there's that other guy there that was allegedly a spy for the U.S.?
Yeah, Paul Whelan.
Sure. Like, they're saying that he was a spy, and my thought was knowing who, like, reading up about him, like, why the fuck would why would the U.S. he was be a spy for us or Canada where he's from or something like that when he was dishonorably discharged? Like, why would we even want to do that? But people are like, oh, that's the kind of person you want. That's people watch too many movies, really. But anyway, what do you think?
It's kind of like a lack of sympathy.
Sure.
I mean, she's a high profile person. Like, we've just been hearing about it for months. So obviously something was going to be done about it. Apparently, like, he just wasn't on the table to get him to.
Okay.
So, like, maybe you can just take what you can get, I guess. And it's one of those things, like, she's still an American. Like, everyone's like, well, she did what she did, and she you know, she didn't want to get arrested. She shouldn't have done that stuff. Like, I get it. Like, it's a whole different country, but
yeah,
like, is there no sympathy for this person? Like, hey, at least it's an American back home, not stuck in a foreign prison for almost a decade. Like, but it's like anything that's done to a certain party, like everyone else is just going to just jump on it just so they can use it to their advantage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I do. And a thing about
like everyone on the other side is just going to say, like, that fucking Joe Biden just really just dropped the ball on this shit. Like,
yeah.
Any way he would have done it, it would have been just some angle just to turn it around, just to use against him.
Well, there's like,
not that like Joe Biden's like above reproach. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, just
you sure, Hunter Biden, bro? Like,
but like it, like anyway, this would have turned out they would have just used it, against him anyway. So, like, I don't know.
And again, that's anything. Like, even something positive that he'll do, or anybody for that matter. Somebody will do something. There's always gonna be someone that'll be like, "Well," or has some shit to say. It's like, then that's the ultimate beauty about the internet, I would say, is that like you do have that opportunity that you could say whatever the fuck you want on the internet, but like be a person still. And
I'm not a fucking international relations expert. Like, I don't know if she is worth what that guy is worth being in prison, like the amount of death and destruction that he caused. Like, but her life is worth something. Like, it's good to have her back, right?
Yeah.
For her family, it's good for her family to have her back. Like, and it doesn't sound like that guy. They're going to stop trying to get Paul out either. Like, they're still in the news too. Like, hopefully they can get him out too. Like,
yeah.
Like,
and,
but like, take what you can get, at least for the moment. I don't know.
And it kind of makes me think too, with WNBA players, like the reason why she's
what it
there,
is? She only averaged 27 points a game. If she would average 30,
she needed to dunk at least 3 times a
Yeah.
game. She's only dunking twice.
That's what it is.
For her height, they're like, hey, come on, what's going on? Like, you need to be dunking more. So
only one triple double.
Yeah, she wasn't fucking around enough. So, like, WNBA players go to these other countries to make more money because the WNBA contracts just aren't enough. And like, there's a debate where WNBA players will say like, oh, I'm just as good as this NBA player and everything like that. And like, I'm not saying that they're not worth that money, because they still put their heart all into it and play hard for these games. They do play less games too, but like, they've even said like, we'll play more. Like, we want to play more, because I think they have like half of what an NBA season, so they're like at 40 games or something close to it. And I think their playoffs are less games too, but they're still a part of the NBA. Like, it's all one organization. And I do feel that them working just as hard, they should get that kind of money, because I think the base salary for an NBA player is still like $900,000, even if you're just like a coming off the bench, just chilling in the back, like whatever it is, riding the pine, like you're still getting paid at least this. But on average, they're making like, oh, hey, Brandon, we need you. You went to Fullerton College. Like, sweet, you had that at least 1 year of college needed. We need you to get on the bench. Here's $1.2 million for the remainder of the season or something. I'm sure I wouldn't get that kind of money. I'm too short. So it's just, they have to do these other things that NBA players don't have to do. And that fucking sucks. Because again, they work just as hard, and they're in the weight room. They're doing all this other stuff too to fucking better their game. Yet they got it. And no, I'm not saying that NBA players don't do it, but they really don't, because their salaries are more. Although the other NBA players will go overseas because they're not picked up on it.
Yeah.
Like Dwight Howard.
Like, that doesn't really. Not that it doesn't bother me, but it's like sports ultimately should just be meritocracy, right? Like, just, if you're generating the revenue, then you're going to get paid, and the best people for the job are going to get the positions, right? Like, LeBron James didn't talk himself onto the fucking number 1 draft pick, right?
Yeah.
Like, he fucking
earned it.
He's a monster. That's how he earned it, you know? Like, that's fine. Like, if your sport just doesn't generate the revenue, like, it just doesn't generate the revenue, like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know.
Well, like, even speaking about revenue, that goes to our next subjects, which is FIFA. The FIFA World Cup, or FIFA in general, and Qatar. So, FIFA, well documented.
Well, let's start here.
Okay.
I don't watch any soccer.
Okay.
You
Very
don't
little.
watch it.
I have FIFA 2016.
There you
go. Somewhere.
We played the shit out of Mario Strikers.
Fuck, dude. I don't even want to. I don't want to get started on Mario Strikers right now. I fucking love Mario Strikers. On GameCube, I fucking well, you got to turn off all the power-ups,
of course,
to make it just a straight fucking soccer game.
Yeah.
But like Lob City, fucking lob soccer pass and headbutt everything. I'd play that a lot with Alfonso too. Like, we would just rock that shit. I fucking love that game. They made it again for the Switch too, but I don't give a fuck. Like the game, even Mario Tennis for GameCube, I like better than when they made it on the Wii or on the Switch. Like there's just certain games that you can't make again. Yeah, you can't mimic it. Now you'll make other variations. Like Mario Tennis on the Switch is still fun, but it is not the same. It is the same. But either way, oh fuck! Now I just want to play Mario Strikers. It's such a good game. Anyway, continue.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Okay, FIFA. So FIFA, super shady organization. I'm sorry, they're not shady. They're
yes, they
in
are.
Well, they are but I'm saying like they're pretty much in your face. It's well documented. They're taking bribes. They're doing all these other things. Like they're absolute just scumbags. And yes, it's been cracked down on in there for FIFA and stuff. But I'm sure to an extent there's still a lot of like backdoor dealing, all this kind of shit. Like,
has there been any change? Like I said, I don't follow soccer that much, so I don't exactly know. But all these like the Olympic, the IOC, FIFA, like just any wheelbarrow with money that you want to bring in, like will 100% be willing to sports wash your entire country. Like just give us them ducats.
Well, what's confusing is like when Qatar won, right? Like it was between like the United States, Qatar, and was it Canada?
I don't know.
Somebody. And USA was heavy favored because they had a lot of the shit already needed. Stadiums,
Infrastructure,
everything. Qatar had nothing. They had maybe 3 stadiums and like that's it. And they had 8 years to make that shit. So Qatar wins, heavy controversy money wise that they got bribed, like the voters got bribed and all that stuff. And now you have these people in Qatar that they didn't have enough of to start making these stadiums and stuff. So they brought other people in from other countries to do this.
Well, there's only 300,000. What are they called? Qataris?
You're looking
That's
at me
citizens?
like I'm some cultured person. Yeah, I don't know anything. Like but like
and then there's 3 million like foreign people who live in that country. Like that's the demographic. And they're obviously not going to build it themselves.
No.
So they just need people from, where are they coming from? Like India, Bangladesh.
Some from like England. Like people just didn't, they had nothing. And yet they live in the worst conditions.
Terrible.
Like stuff I saw, like they all had, like they weren't even showers. They had like share like buckets of water. Like they would use it from the sink and they would just clean themselves with it.
You saw that Real Sports, right?
No, this was something that I saw on like the Netflix thing.
It was rough.
Like, yeah, but like people dying and Qatar's like, no. Like not that many people die. What do you guys talk about? Like, no,
that's the thing. Like on Real Sports, like they had the Minister of Sport on there, and they're just sitting in the center of the soccer stadium that had just been built. And the guy, I forgot which reporter it was, but it's the Real Sports guy. He's like, so how are the living conditions for all your thousands of workers?
I think he's like, it's great. He's like, that's weird because
like, it's awesome, man. It's they're living, they're having a great time. He's like, really? Because we just went there. He's like, when did you go there? He's like, we were just there last night. And it's 400 dudes with one bathroom with the water backing up. And it's 120 degrees. Although it cools down to a brisk 99.5 degrees at night with 90% humidity.
Yeah. Very livable.
Yeah. So it's totally awesome. And the guy's like, oh, you've seen how they live? And then they fucking just ends the interview right there because they don't want to talk about it.
Of course not.
It's fine. It's not fine. It's fucking terrible and embarrassing, but
they got the money to get their way out of it, right? Like when you're giving people millions of dollars just to choose your country to host us. Now they're going to make lots of money back ultimately, but like it's on the blood. Like, well, I mean, if you really think about it, like us even living is on the blood of other people, like to build this shit up, but. It's like,
well, that's the whole like whataboutism that everyone throws in everyone's face. Like, oh, what did you do this? What about the the indigenous people that America killed, which is true, and it should be brought up, right? But that doesn't excuse you for letting 6,500 people die building these tent stadiums for you.
It's even to talk about like the British like hierarchy of how they like with slaves and like they were still paying the old like slave owners up until like 2015. Like the money that they would have, what the fuck was it? Like, so Britain in the early 1800s or something like that, that could be way off. I'm not good with numbers and stuff, but like they stopped slavery in England and all that shit. But the slave owners are like, hey dude, what the fuck? Like that's how we're making our money. So the British empire. What the fuck would they be called?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Up until 2015, they were still paying those people like the money that they would have been owed, like they would have earned from
That's
that shit. Yeah, but like even the royal family, they have ties to that shit.
I think I just saw something like that too recently. England, maybe was it England or maybe it was France paying the U.S. like the last payment for World War One that was still owed. It was something like
Is Germany paying their shit back from World War II?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
But it's funny you brought that up too. Like I just remember seeing that. I mean, it was a little while. Maybe it was a couple years ago, but I remember seeing that too. But yeah,
it's truly baffling to think about certain things like that where it's like it's not that long ago.
it isn't
that
that long,
slavery was. It's not that long ago that women couldn't vote.
That's the thing. But you just said like not that long ago where slavery didn't exist here.
Yeah,
But like that's fucking slavery in Qatar that they're using.
they couldn't even leave.
Because they would take their passport and they couldn't leave. They needed permission from the company that they went to work for.
And they were already in
They
debt.
were lied to.
They were in debt
Exactly.
coming there.
They're in debt coming there.
And it's like when you see those
They're getting
like,
paid nothing. They're fucking dying by the thousands.
when people come here from other countries like from China and other places, like they come here with these companies that we're gonna get your job when you get there, but you're a fucking slave. And like they're going to like the massage houses, they're doing these other things like shady kind of shit sometimes too to just pay back what it costs them to even get there, and that'll take so long, and just abused and just squalor,
Living in squalor?
yeah, living squalor, a squire, like just not the best conditions.
They're helping the knights or what?
Yes. So it's just really fucking sad.
Yeah,
And then
it's a bummer.
obviously having you and I talk about it, we're obviously bringing the light to all four of the people that are going to listen. So it's great. But
it's not. I mean, it's not a hot take. Like everyone knows they're a piece of shit. But, but I mean, that's the thing. Like that's why sports washing works, because everyone's so concerned. Me included. But then you see the results like, oh my God, you seen all these upsets? Oh my God, fucking Croatia.
Yeah.
They fucking took up Brazil. Like sports has that power to just draw you in and be so compelling that at some point, like it's hard to compete against it.
But that's soccer.
Qatar's like, oh, you just got to make it to the games. As soon as those games go and that shit's starting going off and fucking Brazil gets knocked out, like we made it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
who's to
Qatar
say,
got
like,
knocked out like first fucking round. Those
Yeah, well,
fucking losers.
their team didn't make it.
Yeah.
It's fucking,
Losers.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
Like right to distract.
Like, because I don't know, I haven't checked. Maybe you have, but like, is the viewership down this year compared to?
I have not checked.
Yeah,
I have not checked that because
I'm gonna guess.
I don't watch it
fucking
either.
higher than it's ever been. That's just me. Hopefully it's down. I like that. That'd be great, but I fucking doubt it.
Yeah.
Because even I'm seeing that shit. I don't even pay attention to soccer. I'm like, oh, Croatia did that shit. Nice, good job.
Oh, good job, Argentina. Good job, Messi. It's
like it's so compelling and it's so enraptured the entire world, other than us. But like it's that's why they did it, because it's
the
you're
most
able to do
popular
it. Like you
sport.
can kill 6,500 people to build these stadiums, and at some point it didn't matter, and you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
Like it seems that way.
And that's the other thing too is
because other countries aren't going to stop trying it.
No.
Like Saudi Arabia is trying to get the next Olympics or something like that too, or the next World Cup.
the next FIFA is going to be. It's weird. It's like in the United States, Canada, and I think Mexico. I'm like, how the fuck are you having all these in all these three countries? Like, do they have to fly in between games? Because that's fucking nuts.
Oh, really? They're doing a group one?
They said it's all three of them. So I was like, or unless they're just trying to say like, oh, okay, it's going to be at one of you guys. And if that's the case, that kind of makes a little more sense. But they were all happy and ecstatic, like, yay, we won. So I don't fucking know. But what I do know is I hate to say this because it's already been 53 minutes, that I say we because it's going to keep happening by the time we do our next episode. So I think we could do the Ukrainian war
next time,
and we can talk about COVID. And that's still going to be here fucking too.
COVID's not going anywhere the next
it's not
2 weeks?
It's not going anywhere. Well, that war could fucking end if fuckface Putin just gets his dick out of his hand and just like, because he's trying to measure it and he's not big enough because Ukraine's fighting that shit back. Like, that fucking idiot was like, we got this, dude. This is I'm gonna be Putin for a second. Yeah. This is what his brain was going through when he's like, hey, we're gonna do this
with these. Okay, got it.
What do we do? So that was really bad. So I'm gonna do this. This is Putin's brain. So yeah, just do it. And that was it. And he's like, hey, let's fucking go. Let's take Ukraine. And oh wait, these people don't want us to take their country. These people don't want it. They're fighting. What is happening? Oh, what the fuck? We're losing this shit? Like, ugh. Anyway.
We'll get into it next time.
COVID rising. Numbers in Orange County alone are getting very, very high. And so I have those numbers here. So looking at COVID to date for Orange County, there's been 687,334 cases.
Mm-hmm.
And
not a million, though.
That's
so
true. It's almost there.
Apology accepted.
Yeah. But like when it comes to just this week, it's 4449. And that's in a fucking week. Now, granted, I'm one of those statistics back in August because I did. Yeah, I got fucking COVID.
Damn it,
and
Brandon. What did I tell you?
And I'm gonna say this like this.
So everyone knows if you meet Brandon, you're getting mouth kissed. So just be prepared.
When I meet you for the first time, just open your mouth if you can, and I'm just gonna be like,
yeah,
and like
it's just one time around the lips. Mm-hmm. Maybe catch a little teeth
and then
with the
spit
tongue
in your mouth.
Yeah,
just a little bit for good measure. So out of the deaths total, cumulative death. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry. Let's go back. Cumulative tests to date, 10,323,223. And this is just for Orange County. For test results reported this week, 37,592.
So out of 37,000 tests, 4,000 have been positive.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty reasonable. That's.
I don't know the baseline. I don't know what to compare that to. I just remember like during the crazy peak, it was like California cases. Was that last winter time?
I think so.
It was like 150,000 cases every week or something like that. It was terrible. So we're not there, but still.
But when it comes to the cumulative deaths to date, 7,594
in Orange County.
Yeah, and when it comes to deaths reported this week, 17.
All right.
That still fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It could be drastically lower.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's just a couple. Like, yeah, but these are 70 people that didn't have to die.
Yeah. Which is going to lead me to my next point is I am vaccinated and I got the boosties.
Yeah.
You are vaccinated.
The bivalent. Mm-hmm. That's the latest one, right?
That's what I got. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got that one.
So that motherfucker do the rhyme. Like when I got
your flu shot too?
Not yet. It's because I don't have my insurance set up yet. Thanks a lot, employer. Hope he listens to this too. So here's the thing. I got vaccinated immediately when I could. And I got the what the fuck were they? There's the Pfizer. And then there's Moderna. So I got the Moderna boy. So tough guy. First shot, I got a little bit of fatigue, but it wasn't like gnarly. Second shot, good. Got my boosty, good. Got my second boosty, the bivalent, felt fine. But as I told you, I went and played basketball, and that just wore me the fuck out, which I think really had effects on me. Then I was just super fucking tired, and that was my mistake. But like at the same time,
did you get your latest booster before you got COVID or after?
After.
Okay.
So I got one boosty in November of last year, and then I didn't get the second boosty. I tried to schedule it.
I think I missed a few.
Well, there's really only 3. So
I missed the middle one. Okay.
That's what I missed too.
Yeah.
So I got my first one. And then the second one I tried to schedule and CVS was like, they had like an error in the system. I was like, well, I'm not going to try that again. Because I went through all the fucking pages and I got to the end. It's like, there was an error. And I was like, well, I'm not starting over. And the bivalent one, like, I thought I'd have to wait a couple weeks or something. But it was like that same day I could have got it. I was like, oh, okay. So apparently people aren't getting vaccinated anymore. So the question that I posed to you, posed to you, Michael, is why did you get vaccinated? And boosted, for that matter.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the best known way to prevent like severe COVID cases.
Mm-hmm. Like, and if you get it, to lessen the effects of what COVID can do to your body. So it was a question that was asked of me.
Because I have like fucking like 70-year-old parents who I would like to see and not die. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
They're nice people.
Also, I would like to not die either.
Right. You died dead.
Right.
Like, that was a question asked of
me.
Not
even die, but like, who wants to go through like a severe case, lose your taste and smell like for who knows how long, have like chances of like severe, like odds of us dying of COVID, like obviously you had it, you didn't die. Like, it's pretty fucking slim, right?
Unless this is all some kind of simulation.
I knew
to keep my genius brain alive for the time being.
Like more than likely, if I would have got it, probably wouldn't have been that bad, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
I'm overweight. Like that's not a good thing to be
in the dick.
in
You
the
know
dick.
what I'm saying? It's girthy.
But like, even when it was like COVID time, like legit, like when it was going down, like my
2021.
biggest concern was like my fucking family, like spreading it to everyone around me. Like that's
And that's the thing too. So like me getting vaccinated and boosted, like it's also same reasons, right? I'm not trying to get sick again, but also hopefully have those lesser effects if I do. And that's the thing about it is when I did get COVID, it really wasn't that bad. But I'm only saying it like that, not to be like that. Those fucks that are like anti-vaccine and all that have gotten say it was just like a cold. I just said that. Like, you know, I heard those fucks. They're like, oh, it was just a cold. But really, in knowing what they really went through, they're like they were miserable the whole time. But they try to act all hard because it's like, oh, COVID's not a thing. Like they'll deny it still. But like my main thing is this: I don't want to get other people sick, or I don't want to get sick myself. But it's also lessening the chance of me getting sick, and also lessening the effects of it.
the severity.
Right. Just like the flu shot. And it was so fucking stupid. I've seen many tweets of this and like other comments of other places where people have been like, well, why should I get the COVID shot? Like we don't know what's in it. Like, can't they just give me a little bit of what COVID is so that way I can fight against it? And then they're like, people are like, that's what a fucking flu shot is. Yeah. Like, no fucking
don't know.
Yeah, you idiot. And I understand listening to people's excuse like, oh, I don't know what's in it. Do you know you don't know anything of what you're eating every day? Well, you might have a general idea if you're eating bread of what's in it or cheese and stuff like that, but you know, stuff like that. But like I don't
Do people know like all the hormones and steroids that are pumped into like the meat and the foods that we eat, like are the preservatives or like
something that I will absolutely admit is that my phone reception has drastically gotten better since I've had vaccinations, like drastically. And you know, I don't think that's anything else, you know,
like it's just, that's what surprised me the most. Like just the complete, just fucking willful ignorance that people were putting on, like people that I like too. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, that's tough. Cause there was friends like old coworkers that I value as people, but that are just outright stupid. Like they just their thought of it, and it's like, why are you gonna get the jab, bro? You don't know what's in it. It's like, okay, hey, let me ask you this: you just had a baby, right? Yeah. Did your baby get shots? Yeah. Duh. Okay. What were in those fucking shots? And it's like, okay, but you trust your doctor, right? You trust the medicine behind it. You trust the brains behind it, that this is helping your baby to not get sick, to not get polio, to not get this, right? Well, yeah. Well, but there hasn't been enough tests on it. And I get that. They are not wrong in the slightest with that. But when you have scientists putting this thing together to show that, like, hey, this can fight against this, like, you should get this so that way it's better for you, right? Like, you have these brilliant minds that they're in these positions for a fucking reason. And yet, I don't want to listen to the government. But yet some of those people were very right-winged people that like trust Trump and all this shit. Hey, just so you know, that fucking idiot got it too. His fucking kids got it. Like in his administration, they all got it. They won't admit it. They won't say it because they want to act all fucking hard. But in reality, they're the idiots, my friends and my coworkers, because they're just so anti all of it. Now, again, those people though, I truly value them for what they are, but like they're good people, I could say, but like just there's certain opinions that they have just super fucking dumb. But I know those people at the same time, like if shit was going down, like I'd call them like, hey, I need help. And they would help.
But that's the thing too. Like you try.
Trash cans?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like you try to talk to them about this stuff.
I'm sorry, really quick. We said trash cans maybe because we hear a noise. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but there's like, it sounded like wheels of a trash can. Okay, continue.
Like you can try to have all these arguments, but they're just going to shut it down or they're not going to listen to you anyways.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, so this fucking vaccine went from 0 to manufactured in like 9 months time. Like good fucking luck. But like they've been working on these mRNA vaccines for who knows how many years.
Yeah.
So, and it's really like a platform on which
to
jump off of. So it's like they went from 0. But like you try to explain that shit, and like nobody wants to hear it. Like,
of course not.
They're already decided in their
you're
minds.
Giving me a rational thought?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you to put those thoughts in my head?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And
well, that's the thing too. Like like, that's not to say, like I said, for like Joe Biden, like, no organization or whatever is above speculation or like, does anyone not have issues with like the healthcare system like that? I understand, right?
Right.
But like your individual doctor, like he's out to kill you, like that's what you think? Like, come on, like that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, once you come in, it's me, Dr. Brandon. Come on in here, and I'm just gonna shoot you with a couple of these shots. Don't ask questions, and okay, bye. Like,
I mean, the saddest part, it's like it's been almost 3 years now, and we're still talking about this bullshit and the same fucking assholes. But
well, that's the other issue that comes in hand too. Is like it's been 3 years, and it's not getting any better per se. Like, because numbers still
I wouldn't say that.
skyrocket. Numbers are still getting high because we're like, hey,
yeah, but it's like
all get
up and
together.
downy.
But that's the thing. It can be a lot downy if people are getting downy with not the sickness. So it's like,
I did notice that the numbers were rising when I went to the store maybe a couple weeks ago. I'm like, it's like a lot of people wearing masks in here. I'm like, it just that's how this town rolls. I'm like, I'm down with it too. Like, it's
even me going out now, like I'll still wear a mask if I'm going inside places, and I see very, very far less of the masks. And
you haven't seen that spike in the usage?
No.
Oh, you're in Orange County though.
Yeah.
All assholes over there.
Oh, 100%. And that's the shitty thing about it too, is that just that, like, even with me wearing the mask, I still see it. I truly do. I see a good amount of masks, but not like it was. And I myself would prefer not to wear my mask. But again, being in a enclosed area, people in line even are waiting a lot closer to me now, and I'll give them looks like, back the fuck up, motherfucker. Even if I wasn't wearing a mask, back the fuck up. I can feel your breath on my ears. Like, get the hell out now. Stop blowing on me, Lance Stevenson. Like, that was a reference to an NBA player, I guess. Anybody get that? So anyway,
I mean, that's like the biggest issue. Like, people are like, there is a scale to it, so I understand that, but like, all these people were just yelling about like, oh, the tyranny of like these COVID measures and stuff like that. Like, one is just to fucking save some fucking lives.
Yeah.
Right. But like, when we really talking about tyranny, which I guess we'll bring it up next time, but like what the fucking people of like Iran are going through, like, come the fuck on. Like, that's fucking tyranny. Like,
they're essentially just trying to have the freedoms of not only not wearing, I don't know what it's called.
Headscarf.
Thank you.
Hijab.
Hijab. Like, not only do that, but like just basic freedoms.
Lives your fucking life.
Yeah. And yet you have these people in power that are like, I don't want to see your hair. I don't want to see your fucking face. And it's, you got, like, people are dying because that. People are being detained. People are being like put in prison for just showing their hair, more skin. I mean, I know there's more to it than that, but it's still like,
yeah, we'll get into it, but yeah. I'm sorry.
Would we
I'm like, just to see that actual, like, you want to see what fucking real tyranny looks like? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. It's almost like when Al Qaeda was, hey, no, we're cool now. We're the cool Al Qaeda. And yet they immediately fucking just went back to their shit. No, we're cool. We'll work with you guys. Hey, let's just go behead a couple dudes real quick and let's fucking go on this.
All these girls' schools, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Get the fuck out. No, you're all now like fucking slaves.
Yeah.
And it's just horrible. So if you want to go over your final little thing, like this day, unless you don't want to
I think we're good.
Okay. So, Mike, is there anything that you're watching right now? Anything you'd recommend for people to watch?
Not really, because I always just rewatch shit that I always watch. I do want to watch
Watching
that.
Friends again?
Yeah. I watched a little bit of The Office. I do want to watch that new All Quiet on the Western Front that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I wanted to read the book first, so I'm only like a chapter in.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
It looks fucking gritty.
I mean, World War I was fucking... I probably told you this before, but London, my nephew, had asked me, he's like, oh, which war was worse, World War I or World War II? I was like, that's an interesting question. But I always go like miserable versus brutality. That's how I always see it. Like, generally speaking. Not that World War II wasn't miserable too, and not that World War I wasn't brutal as well. But just like being in the trenches for fucking 4 years, dying of dysentery and poison water from munitions and getting exploded, 30,000 fucking French soldiers dying the first day. Like, that's being miserable.
That's no big deal.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
As
Have you heard
opposed
of
to
my friend Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Like, he's a cool guy.
As opposed to World War II, which is just Nazi, just brutality. Like that's brutal to me. So that's how I always think about him. Like, pick your fucking terrible, terrible poison. That's the way to decide it. So anyway, anytime you see World War I movies, it's always interesting to see how it's depicted, because that war was fucking terrible.
I mean, going against that too.
Miserable.
Like, yeah, I would say that too, because Yeah, that is fucking right. Even watching that, like they're all in the muddy trenches and shit, and they got to sleep in that freezing cold winters. Like fuck, dude. So, I myself, I mean, I still haven't finished Tokyo Vice, and which I've enjoyed that show thoroughly. I watched Wednesday.
Oh, how was it?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I liked it.
How many episodes is it?
8, I
It's too
think.
many.
Yeah. But no, it's enjoyable.
What episode is that dance in? Everyone's talking about.
6 maybe.
Oh, so it's pretty far. Okay.
Yeah, it's late in it. Yeah. Ortega did pretty good. It is weird to see Wednesday with bangs, but like, because the Wednesday I knew was Christina
Oh,
Ricci.
she
With,
doesn't have
she
bangs.
it's split in the middle.
I don't know. I seem like I can see a Wednesday.
No, I'm
having
sure. I mean,
bangs.
yeah, it's fine. But then it just makes me really appreciate Addams Family Values so much more because I fucking love that movie.
That movie's amazing.
It's really,
It's fucking
really
sick.
good.
I think I just told. I just rewatched that not
Make
too
her
long ago.
stop! Like when she's fucking smiling. But it's still, I even the first Addams Family, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But just it's not often that you really see a number 2 exceed over number 1 because usually number 1 is like killer. But you think of more modern movies now, like what Jurassic Park, like the other one with Chris Pratt and whatever. The first one's fine. Second one just shit show. Third one, from my understanding, absolute garbage. And what Indiana Jones, I just finished the next one. Like after the first, actually Indiana Jones, all 3 of those were fucking phenomenal. But the third one was the best one, in my opinion.
Last Crusade.
Mm-hmm. By far.
Okay.
You're Sean Connery.
I think at the very least, that's the one I've seen the most.
100%.
Especially the end scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Take my hand, Junior.
Yeah.
And that was, you know what? I'll take that Sean Connery I just did. But
That wasn't too bad.
yeah. Anyhow, everybody, thank you for listening to whatever the fuck this is. Our opinions on stuff. You can suggest things to us if you'd like.
Pretty based opinions, bro.
Dude, like, yeah. So you can suggest things to us. The email that we have is weeklybmshow@gmail.com because somebody, for some fucking reason,
Has BM already?
Weekly
Oh,
BM.
man.
But I have Weekly BM on all social media. And
You need to email that motherfucker. Like, hey, man, can we have this? Or...
yeah, and I might make a poll. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, I guess I could. So I'm going to make a poll on Spotify. So listen to us on Spotify.
Spaghetti.
Our question's going to be if you would listen to the show because, just to know. So it's going to be a yes or a emphatic yes. We don't like negativity here. So the yes is the lesser of. But still, let us know what you think. You can even suggest things that we can talk about. And I don't want to say Mike, take us away because that's a Specrapular thing.
Yeah, bro.
So I don't know. Thank everybody. Mike, want to say bye?
Bye.
I'll never ask you to do that again.